Hey guys, this is Sun Original Love 13 again with a different type of tutorial today. This will be a beginner's backsticking tutorial. Yeah, I'm in a drum line at my high school, so thought I might as well post a backsticking tutorial. Just for fun, you know, help out people. Backsticking is pretty straightforward. Backsticking. Back of the stick. You know, you got back of the stick. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's very flashy. I mean, it's something. You use in solos, something you can use in your drum features in your halftime show. It doesn't really matter, but it's definitely a nice skill to harness. I'll break it down step by step, easy ways, different ways, flashy ways, whatever you want. You can post ideas, comments, rate, whatever you want. Okay, so right now I'm going to break down the rhythm part of it. Backsticking is mainly triplets. It can be broken up into triplets because if you're just doing a right hand backstick, it's the 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. You got 1, 2, you're doing almost quarter notes in your right hand and triplet. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, like that. And just the cool thing about this is it's quite easy. You just throw in a backstick on, say, 2 and 4. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. That. And now this type of backstick is where you just kind of just hit with the regular backstick. What you're doing is when you hit the pad, I'm using a freaking mouse pad for this, but when you hit the pad, you let the bounce and you kind of release your back fulcrum a little bit, so it just kind of springs back. Right? You kind of let it go so it just kind of springs back, and you hit it. So you kind of relax you still keep a nice good fulcrum point, but you relax, not kind of relax it, but you let it loose enough so it can come back and you can have an actual backstick. See, it just kind of comes back. So it just kind of comes back, and it's pretty simple. If you just sit down and practice this, sit here, doing this for a long time, you'll be able to get it down really fast. A way to make it look somewhat more flashy, you can do this, but you can also move it in between your fingers. So you got this, and then you can do something like this. You can move it throughout your fingers, like I just did. Now, what you should do for this, I call it match traditional, or let's see. I forget the phrasing, I'll just go ahead and show you. You hit once, and when you come back, you're going to kind of put it almost like a traditional grip. Hit, you're going to go into like this. I'm going to move this up a little bit so I can show you. You hit, and you're going to come back, and you're going to kind of put it into somewhat of a traditional grip, but not for that long. That's the thing, not for a very long time. And you're going to do something called turn, like that. Let me do that again. Hit, go back in traditional, and you're going to turn it, and it's going to kind of go clockwise. If I'm looking at it, it's going to go. If you're looking at it, it's going to go clockwise. So you hit, traditional, turn, back to match, and then you do it again. So it's like this. And once you get it going up to speed, it looks really cool. I mean, you can do it slow. I kind of threw in something else there, but if you're doing the regular way, like I showed you, or you can do it faster. Well, that was a crappy left hand there. But that's just the way for the right hand. Left hand, it's pretty. I mean, there's different things you can do, but the basic one is you just come over and hit it. See, what I think is if you kind of keep your fulcrum and you come over and hit. I mean, you can do that. But what I kind of do is I keep my fulcrum point. Like you should always keep your fulcrum point on your left hand, almost always. And I kind of bring it like this and hit like this. And if you can get back into your traditional grip, that's a nice way to do it. I mean, if you can you can do it this way. You can keep the stick in between your fingers and do it, or you can kind of make it into a fist. Doesn't really matter. It's personal preference. I forgot to turn that TV off. Whatever. And it's the same pattern for the left hand. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. It's the same thing. You just need to. If you figure it out, you can divide it 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. See, it's on the left that time. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. You can watch the video over and over again and look at that. That's just a pretty straightforward way to backstick. You got this. You can, if you're in your match, you can do another one right here with the tip of the stick hitting again. So not only do you just have this hits, and you have this where the backstick hits, you can do it like that. So I mean, it's really like a whole cycle. Like you can mix it up so much. You can mix up so much stuff with it. And left hand, there's something called a overflip. If you haven't heard of it, it's pretty flashy. The thing a lot of DCI Blue Devil soloists do are the 4 strokes. They throw overflips in with 4 strokes. It's pretty sick. But the overflip, you keep your traditional. You keep the stick in between your fingers. This is probably the only time where I ever release my fulcrum point, where you hit and you just turn your wrist and hit back. I mean, it's self-explanatory. Overflip. Just like that. I mean, it'll take some practice to throw it in with backsticking. Like, see, like I mean, I'm on a freaking table, so I mean, I don't have the air. Like, if you were playing on an actual snare drum, it'd actually be a little bit easier. But then you'd have to worry about a rim, which isn't really that much to worry about. But I mean, all these things, I put snare in my drum line. I threw all of these backsticks into a solo, and everyone loves it. It's pretty easy and it looks flashy and it looks nice. So send me. You can almost make a. You can post almost anything you want. I'll try and post a tutorial for almost anything you want. Just give me a little bit of time to work at it, practice it, and I'll post a tutorial for it. So yes, comment me, please. I'll be making some parkour tutorials, some more drumming tutorials. I'll be doing a review on my dad's 29-year-old Slingerland drum set. I'll post that later. But until then, comment, post, whatever you want. Suggestions, I don't care. See ya.